Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at the best potential buffs for Season 25. Today we're going to take a look here at 10 Pokemon that would benefit quite a bit from moves that got buffed this season, and if they would get those moves. And honestly there would be a lot more that I could have put onto the list, especially with a move that actually didn't really get buffed this season but kind of got more added towards the season, which was Chilling Water. Chilling Water is a move that is widely available, which you're going to see in one example here today as well, and how much it can change a Pokemon. But there were so many options for that, but there's so many more videos I can make towards this one. There will be more videos in the series again. I know that a lot of people love the series anyway, so I kind of want to bring something like this on a weekly basis. So today we're going to take a look at 10 Pokemon that would get better with the moves that got buffed this season. They're one move update basically away from being meta, which is usually the title of this video. So let's take a look at the Pokemon here. And feel free to leave a like and subscribe, would appreciate it, helps me out, it is free, and we can move on to the first Pokemon, which is going to be Cherrim. Cherrim is a Pokemon that struggles with the fast move of Bullet Seed, but Leaf Edge would give it some solid grass type damage, as well as helping it to get to those Weather Balls insanely fast. The one more issue that Cherrim has is Solar Beam. If you would give this Pokemon a different kind of move, it would be even better there. This Pokemon also has access to Dazzling Beam, which actually in calculations is better than what Solar Beam is doing here. But even with Solar Beam, this Pokemon looks very, very cool. And while the win rate doesn't really change directly like crazy, it's going to have better matchups generally in the meta. You see on the right side what it can do as well in the current meta already. And what I would love to have just now is a Pokemon with Leaf Edge and Weather Ball Fire. Like, this is just such a cool combination. I like Fire and Grass combination together quite a bit, because Grass is going to be weak to like Pokemon like Steel type Pokemon, which can resist it. And you're going to have like the coverage there. Also, Ice type Pokemon, for example, do super effective damage against you. And with Weather Ball Fire, you have the coverage for those. Fire cannot hit water though, and you have the coverage again with Leaf Edge there. So I feel like Cherrim would be a fun Pokemon to add Leaf Edge on top of it, but also give it another charge move that is quite a bit cheaper, like a 45 energy harder hitting move, or like a 50 energy like Grass or something like this, which you can learn as well. And you would make this Pokemon even stronger here. But I think a Leaf Edge plus a Weather Ball Fire would be really, really cool. And so that's why I have it in the list here. Also was quite a happy Pokemon. Another Pokemon is going to be Mewtwo, a Pokemon that can learn Aura Sphere. There's going to be another Pokemon afterwards that also would learn Aura Sphere. Guess which one it's going to be. But for this one, we're going to see here already, it doesn't actually change too much for it. It really doesn't change too much for it so far. But where it would really change something, which is then, I guess it needs 2 move updates in order to be like top meta again, it would be if you change Psycho Cut to the move that also learns Psy Wave. And we're going to see it here real quick. This is going to be the updated graphics there, and all of a sudden Mewtwo is back where it's supposed to be. I find it very sad, I think, that we have Mewtwo not as a top meta Pokemon in the Master League. This is such a staple Pokemon, and in order to make this good, you just need a different fast move and a 40 energy move. This is where Aura Sphere really comes in clutch. If you have Psy Wave, you're just going to be able to get there super fast in 10 turns, and this is going to be pacing-wise very important. To the point where I think Aura Sphere would be really, really good on this Pokemon with this move, but you need the fast move in order to change it. Here, average rating of 580 is very, very strong, but in the Master League, that is actually not even very overpowered. You still have a play against this Pokemon. And yeah, if you guessed it, Mew also would be very cool with Aura Sphere. The thing is, Aura Sphere is such a strong move that even a move like Psyshock, which is also a strong move and a stab move, kind of looks a little bit silly towards it. Here, you're going to see we're going to have +3 wins. What you're going to do here is you have an answer for Bastion now with that, which is really important, because now you're going to be able to beat like something like a Bastion, but also you're going to be able to beat something like the Azumarill with that, with the Wild Charge. You have an answer against Credilli with that as well, which is going to be kind of cool. And it would just make Mew even a little bit more of a Swiss Army knife. I feel like Mew's move update should happen anyway, because there are so many moves that got added in the meantime that Mew would be able to learn, which would make this Pokemon a little bit better again. I feel like while Mew is of course a little bit more of an awkward Pokemon to get as it's a mythical Pokemon, I feel like it deserves a little bit more love as well. And obviously it would be very cool on this Pokemon as well. And again, there are a lot of other moves. It would mostly even learn Chilling Water or something like this, which would be even better for it as well. Yeah, there are a lot of options for Mew that we could look into as well. This Pokemon could be so good if they just give it the right moveset. Ludicolo, I think I have the space here on every single video. Come on, like, give this Pokemon Weather Ball. There is no reason not to do it. The stats are not great. It has a Bubble as a fast move. Leaf Storm is a great charge move though. It has Ice Beam as a great charge move. Look at how good this Pokemon would be with a Weather Ball Water. Of course, with a buff now, this Pokemon would get there also quite fast. We actually took a look recently only at Politoed with Weather Ball Water as well. Ludicolo has a better typing. This is the main benefit of Ludicolo. Ludicolo has a way better typing. This allows you to take resisted damage from, for example, Mud Slappers, which is going to be really important as well. And it's just going to be so cool because it's like, I think it is the only water and grass type Pokemon other than like Ogre with a like water mask. I think that's also water and grass. But yeah, this is such a unique Pokemon that would be so cool in the meta. That would be such a cool core breaker. You just need to give it Weather Ball water. And it's a Pokemon that is used to be a Weather Ball sweeper, or like a Pokemon that would use this move in the main series games. Delphox, a Pokemon that, not spoiler because it has been announced officially, is gonna get a Mega Evolution very soon. I want to make, when the Legends game comes out, I want to make a video towards how those Pokemon, all the Mega Evolutions are going to perform in the Go Battle League as well. But yeah, this is going to be very soon as well. Not in Go Battle League, but in Pokemon Go generally perform, because there are a lot of interesting ones coming up. There have been a lot of leaks already, sadly, online as well towards it. I've seen most of them. But yeah, that's going to be most likely a video when the new game comes out. But I will mark it as well as like spoiler alert or whatever, that people are just not going into it. But anyway, Delphox, Ember. Why doesn't it have Ember yet? This Pokemon has a cool moveset actually, with the Blast Wind and the Psyshock. Actually really nice hard-hitting moveset there. Ember would give it great pacing, which it really needs. Fire Spin is just not a good fast move. Still, this Pokemon wouldn't be broken by any means, but it actually looks very solid in the current meta, and I think it would be very cool for limited metas. It would just get the fast move of Ember. The pre-evolution, I think, learns even Ember or something like this. I'm not too sure. But like, this is, I don't know, such a waste that this Pokemon doesn't have this move yet. We're going to have here next the Zapdos, and what we would like to do here is to add Peck on this Pokemon. This would allow this Pokemon to do a little bit more fast move pressure than the Thunder Shock is going to provide here. And with that, this Pokemon would be so much cooler. As you're gonna see as well, we're gonna target an average rating increase up only I think 14 here, but you're gonna win 4 more matchups. And this is honestly quite a bit. And we see here as well, this Pokemon would be so much cooler now against even ground type Pokemon. You're going to have more play against those. You're going to have better play against Gastrodon and the Marowak. And like a Thunderbolt is going to one-shot most of the Pokemon that are weak to it anyway. And Drill Peck is your main move there anyway. And so this would make Zapdos again meta for the Go Battle League, which would be very cool. And another electric type Pokemon that could become meta very soon is going to be the Luxray. This is a Pokemon that I also suggested several times already to give this Pokemon Volt Switch. This Pokemon needs Volt Switch. This Pokemon needs another fast move in order to become a good Pokemon. You have a Wild Charge and Psychic Fangs, which is a great combination of charge moves here already on this Pokemon, but you don't have any fast move to back it up. You have Spark, and Spark is not great. Give it Volt Switch, and all of a sudden you have an insane meta breaker. Like Luxray with a Volt Switch, which recently got buffed as well, is so insanely strong here in this Go Battle League meta. I would love to have it, and honestly, it would most likely not be that broken either. It looks broken, yeah, of course. But it takes into account that you a lot of times get the bait done correctly, which is of course not always going to be the case here. Another Pokemon is going to be here, the Toxapex, which is going to get here hopefully access to Peck. Peck is a move that honestly seems to be a little bit silly on the beginning, but I kind of wanted to look for Pokemon that are maybe getting moves that are a little bit more outside of what you would have expected. And Toxapex with Peck is going to allow it to just generate energy faster. It is not Zap, it's not going to help directly with the typings itself. It's going to be a bit better against ground type Pokemon, which is generally a weakness of it, because Peck is at least neutral, and you're going to get to the brain faster. But you don't actually need Poison Jab generally, because Sludge Wave is doing a lot of poison type damage already, and it would make this Pokemon quite a bit better. It would give it a better average rating. It doesn't make this Pokemon broken, and I think it's kind of fair as well. I think it would be an interesting update for the Toxapex, especially as the pre-evolution, as far as I know, already learns this move. So yeah, this is something that I kind of wanted to add here. Another one we should take a look at is going to be this Suicune. Suicune is going to have access here now for us in our imaginary move update to Chilling Water. There are so many water type Pokemon that would benefit from this move. Literally, the list is endless nearly. Like, there's so many water type Pokemon that would benefit from a move like this. And as you can see here, this is going to allow you to do quite a bit with this Suicune. It's going to be actually a meta Pokemon for the Great and Ultra League. Both leagues, this Pokemon would be amazing. And Chilling Water is just going to give it constantly debuffing the opponent. You have Fast and Pressure with the Ice Fang, and then they have Ice Beam as like a coverage move. And honestly, it would be such a fun Pokemon. It would not be broken, but it would make this Pokemon finally usable, because it's just a strict upgrade to Bubble Beam. Like, Bubble Beam takes a little bit less energy, but doesn't do damage. Chilling Water does damage, and yeah, it's very consistent. And so that's a very good move to have on a Suicune. for the final one for the day, we're going to have here Medicham, and I would love to see Confusion on it. Confusion recently got buffed to become a very solid Faust move, and this would make Medicham completely a different Pokemon to what it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was like a counter user, something that generates energy quite fast, and then tries to sweep with that Pokemon. Here, you're going to have now a very nice, consistent, bulky Pokemon that has like consistent damage coming through against opponents, having great coverage with Ice Punch and the Dynamic Punch, and with Confusion, you would be able to generate energy faster, and would just generally be able to have a bit more of a neutral play. And I feel like Medicham is going to be a Pokemon that would need to get a buff in the future. I think it's a Pokemon that deserves a buff in the future. So this is going to be my list here for today. Which Pokemon do you think would deserve a buff? Let me know down below. I would love to see like your list of Pokemon that you feel like are currently underwhelming that could have potential in the future. Would love to see this. I will make more similar videos in basically I think now every week I want to do that. Where I even take a look at like new moves that could come in. Maybe I have even new moves coming up with a new game. I don't know that yet. But yeah, this is gonna be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you then. Bye bye.